Hello, hello! It's me once again, Sakura playing Katawa Shoujo. Last time we went on a date with Lily. She seemed to get some bad news. We hung out with Akira and Hideki, and now we are at a cafe talking about our favorite colors. Let's get back right into it. Return. It doesn't seem to bother her at all, though. While it seems obvious why it feels like just one more ladylike aspect to her. As her hands move to her pocket, I quickly cut her off. Don't worry, I'll pay for this. Oh, thank you, Hisao. She gives me an earnest smile at the gesture, a reward much greater than that of her words. By the time we step off the bus, it is well and truly dark. Well, if it's winter, why are there cicadas? We make our way up to the hill in silence, both of us behaving a little awkward, probably because of the day's events. While I'm still concerned over Lily's withdrawn nature after meeting with her sister, the fact that I managed to cheer her up even slightly feels like a personal victory. But it feels like the air between us has changed. Maybe only a bit, but it's somehow something I don't think either of us realized before. That was a date, wasn't it? Oh. It was. It doesn't elude either of us. The question answer being so self-evident as being rhetorical. Awkward as it may be, I don't think the feeling is bad. In fact, quite the opposite. I don't know what it is. I certainly can't be sure of it, but it feels like something a little more than friendship. Understanding, empathy, searching for words to adequately describe its difficulty. Nonetheless. Would you like to do this again sometime, Lily? Without shopping for presents? The tentative question is met with the same look from Lily as before. Her pale skin makes a rosy tint of her cheeks just slightly more noticeable on her face, though still point to the street ahead of us. Lower, just a little. Oh, okay. Oh, so cute. I love it. I love mushy romances. I walk down the hall of the girls' dormitory, my school bag in hand. The dolls lie inside, carefully placed on top of a small box. I've been carrying the box in there for a while now, still not sure of what to do with it. The whole situation, come to think of it, is bizarre. I have only known of Hanako's upcoming birthday party for a while now. I had no idea exactly what the celebration would be until I found a single note left in the abandoned tea room earlier today. What the celebration would be? Okay. I hold it up and read it again, double-checking the instructions. The plain black handwriting fairly legible despite Lily's blindness, clearly thanks to considerable efforts and care. Hisao, we'll be holding a party at my place. Come at 6 o'clock to room 225 in the girls' dormitory. Sorry for notifying you this way, but I have class representative duties. Not reassured, I continue walking down the hall until I reach the dormitory room. I hesitate for a second, but eventually give 3 sharp taps on the door. Knock, 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 bitch. Sorry. A brief and muffled exchange of words can be heard from the other side. Listening closer, I can just pick out Hanako and Lily's voices. They finished, Lily calls out. Might that be Hisao? Yep, I got the note you left me. You can come in, the door is unlocked. Glad, and I managed to get the right room. I press down the handle and let myself in. As the door swings open, my greeting to them is stolen from my mouth. Oh, very cute. They're so cute. Okay, give me a second. I gotta screenshot this for the thumbnail. Oh, I should have done that with the last ones. Oh well. Give me a second. Show image. Give me a sec. There we go. Got it. Okay. Back to the return. Lily sits at a low table in the center of the room in her pajamas, while on the other side, Hanako in a nightgown. Being dressed in only my normal school clothes, I feel quite out of place. I steal a quick glance at the lovely sight of the two, my eyes tearing themselves from Lily's long, thin, pale legs, only with a measure of reluctance. Oh, he horny. Hi, I thought I brought everything that was needed. She smiles and nods. I wonder if she's even aware of the pleasant sight she makes. A pleasant sight. The thin, dark blue silk of her pajamas really suit her, accentuating both her eyes and her curves. The look of her last night, the tentative, almost shy demeanor, seems all but replaced by her coy nature. It's nice to see her confident return, though I can't help casting my mind back to how she looked back then. I look at Hanako, who's nervously sitting opposite of her in a gown. It isn't a surprise that she wears something so conservative, though it definitely looks cute. Hi Hanako, happy birthday. Thank you. She unusually skittish, despite the fact she warmed up to me considerably over the weeks we've come to knowing each other. That is pretty much an unusual situation, I guess. Feel free to take a seat, Miss Hal. I just poured some tea. Sure thing. I like how she just has a teacup and Hanako doesn't. Lily takes a steaming red teapot from the side of the table and gently pours it into the container in our teacups as I take a seat besides them, setting my bag against the nearby wall. With my sense returned and my hormones somewhat calmer, I realize that this is the first time I've ever seen Lily's room. The first thing I notice is the absent smell, just slightly smell from that in mind. Probably the faint perfume or nail polish. It could be anything of girls. It could be anything of a girl's, really. That's really weird. That's a really weird smell. So it could just be girl smell. Delicious girl smell. Another is the plain nature of the room, visually. Beige walls, a small yet abandoned cabinet, the lack of posters on the wall hanging, is distinctly utilitarian, something I would have anticipated given her blindness. The only thing that really seems out of the ordinary is a several pile of books sitting on the floor, each reaching from roughly knee height to waist height. Some of them have printed titles, others have entirely blank except for dots of braille. The fact that the ones with printed titles are uniformly in English is interesting, though not comparatively unexpected. She did mention her parents impressing the language upon her and Akira after all. Give me a second, I gotta take a drink. Gamer Subs, not sponsored. Your room looks lovely, Lily. I heard a call, thanks besides her shoulder. Looking back at Hanako, her gaze is fixed on her lap, and her hands are nervously clenching her gown. It's now I noticed. With these clothes on, the extent of her scarring is far more visible, reaching down her neck and covering to her right shoulder. Considering this is a party for her, she doesn't really look like she's enjoying the experience now that I'm here. So how old are you turning? 18? Her look of surprise, not at all helped by her total lack of skills at hiding her feelings. Somehow she was trying to mentally tune me out. This is quite awkward. Yeah. On the plus side, there's only 2 more years till you can drink. So, who's older, you or Lily? Lily. She had her birthday in February. What about yours? Earlier this year, so it's already passed. Unstated that it's passed while I was stuck in the hospital. That was particularly the low point of the experience. Conversation with her dries up as quickly as expected. It isn't long before Lily finishes preparing our drinks, setting them down the 3 cups in front of us. I pick up mine, immediately noticing a strong aroma and a taste than the tea we've been having. Huh? It tastes different than the tea we had in school. It's different variety. Rather the kind we've been having. There's never been taste orange Jupiter before? Not that I can remember. I usually drink coffee after all. Like when we were in the town. It was nice though. As we settle down and take sips, Hanako seems to become more relaxed, or at least a bit less tense about my presence. While we finish our cups at about the same time, Hanako falling rather badly at her hidden anticipation for cake, and is sitting aside, begging to be eaten. Come to think of it, I'm feeling very eager myself. The first thing though. Lily. Yes, now it's good. Each of us knowingly exactly what the other means, I slide and dig around in my bag for the doll I bought Lily as Hanako. I bought Hanako as Lily gets up and retrieves her gift. Handing our gifts out in our hands, we present them on the table at the same time. Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Hanako silently looks at them for a second on the end, out of sheer surprise. Her little wooden doll, replaced with the repeated blah blah blah. Oh my god! With a Victorian-style dress, a little hat, lies next to her light brown and fluffy stuffed bear from Lily. She clutches at her gown as she moves to speak, not taking her eyes off the modest presents. Thank you, Lily. Hasao. Oh no, there's so many good CGs. Oh, this is so cute. I love it. Her voice begins to crack as Lily reaches forward, wrapping her in a soft embrace. The sight of Hanako holding Lily so tight is heartwarming, so much that I couldn't wipe the smile off my face even if I wanted to. As Lily gently rests on her face, on Hanako's head, she speaks so quietly and so softly that I can barely hear her. Happy birthday, Hanako! Happy birthday! Hanako gives a small nod, holding on to Lily for a time before breaking off and whispering, wiping her eyes. I guess that for Hanako, simply having someone, anyone, there and love her would be special. That, in fact, that Lily and I can now share the role of her, for her, is something I will always be grateful for. What are we, her parents? Oh, no, there's so many good CGs. Hanako gently takes the doll and teddy bear, holding them both to her chest as she warmly smiles. For a long time, all three of us simply sit in a silence. The quiet is not broken until Lily's soft voice beckons. Shall we have the cake then? Her proposal is met with the two of us looks of unhidden anticipation. No argument for me. Okay. Okay. Sorry, that was a bad blah 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 blah. Phew, that was good. I contentedly sit back, both Lily and Hanako looking just as satisfied with the food as I. It took some effort, but we managed to finish off the cake in one go. I don't think I can fit any more in. That's a very sus. That's a very sus sentence. I'm not gonna say anything. I think next time I'll buy a smaller cake. Hanako and I gave a chuckle, but I can't help but notice that come this time of year, we'll be graduating from Yamaku. The fact that is somewhat depressing, since I finally feel as if my life is starting to get back into some kind of order. Idly looking around Lily's neat and orderly room, her books catch my eye once again. This may be a little but my curiosity gets the better of me. Besides, I don't think she minds in any case. Hey Lily, do you mind if I take a look at one of your books? You're quite welcome to, Hasao. That said, if you can overcome 2 language barriers, it would be quite impressive. 2, Braille and English, right? She gives a nod. I knew you were studying English. I knew you were studying English, but I'm still amazed that you are this proficient at it. Oh, you could say it's perfectly way to avoid people borrowing my collection. She says it in jest, but I am just a little disappointed. Having all these books around me with no way of reading them feels like one big tease. Hanako giggling quietly as I reach over the closed pile, plucking one of the topmost books with only a curious glance. Death on the Nile, in large letters on the cover, is only printed text to be seen. Oh, whoa, whoa, my brain. I sit down for a while with the book open on my lap as Lily and Hanako talk. Try as I might to feel out the dots of braille printed on each page, they seem to be blended into one each other and becoming indistinctive. I thought this to be easier than it actually is. With some practice, though, I could see someone with a better sense of touch than mine managing to read at pretty fast speeds. Noticing a silence that has probably begun early, I look up at the dotted page to see Lily smiling and Hanako sipping another cup of tea. Is something wrong? Quite the opposite. Your curiosity is quite endearing. It's inordinary, pleased by the praise, though I can feel my cheeks heating up a little. Thanks, but I don't know how else I could act. To be honest, I wasn't altogether sure of how you saw us, since you were a new transfer student from another school. If you're piped up, I would have been quite offended. If you pitied us, I would have been quite offended. Yep, that's the worst thing you can do for someone who is disabled. Don't pity them. Treat them like normal human beings, and, they just want to live normal lives, even if they have issues. That's all I can really say. There's a certain edge to Lily's voice, one that quite possibly take place as pride. Glancing over to Hanako, she seems even more subdued than usual, looking towards Lily rather than me. I wouldn't worry about that, considering the position I found myself in. I'm perhaps the last person that should be dispensing pity on others. My parents' first interactions with me after my heart attack, I wouldn't want anyone to see that kind of face. I catch myself from going any further, but not soon enough. Both of the girls seem to be put off, especially Lily. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have gone that far. Awkward silence reigns as a few beats things ended. Lily's perk up in the gestures I come to early recognize. Hearing something? The door. Oh, everyone looks towards it, trusting in Lily's senses to be enough. The door handle shrugs and turns, a flash of yellow and black slipping through. Akira Sano in the house! Happy birthday, Hanako!
Thank you.
Akira takes a seat at the table and plops her tall bag beside her. She has her trademark boisterous air about her, making no small deal of her entrance. Hanako clutches her gown to steady herself, but appears too shaken after settling down. I guess she must have met Akira before. Not a huge surprise given how close Akira and Lily are. Akira doesn't seem to be the least bit put off by Hanako's scarring, despite its prominence, but also she doesn't pull punches is how she acts despite Hanako's shy nature.
I thought you said you'd had work. Did you manage to get it off for a while?
Kinda. I felt bad about ditching you guys doing overtime, so I kinda got back sooner. That made no sense. I felt bad about not coming to your cute little yours cute little Hanako's birthday too. So here I am now. She grins widely at Hanako, whose flowers a full blush as she prims her eyes downward her lap. Her mouth seems to widen and retract over and over, as if she was trying to suppress a smile out of embarrassment. A little strange of how her reaction seems to be more intimidated and forceful when she's embarrassed by the way she looks, and manages to give in return a tiny nod, far to hide her appreciation to greater extents. Not that people given her positive attention, I suppose it makes me respect how well Akira is handling her, making her happy compared to little I could do. Alright, so we're gonna stop here. Alrighty, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day. And remember, Bakas, stay stinky.